the kind of prayers you prayed were the prayers of just surviving. Now you have survived, so now you have to move on from that place of just surviving to that place of now building. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nola Jumabanga, and today we'll be continuing our series called Becoming the Best Version of Yourself. As promised, that I'll post every Sunday regarding this series. So last week we spoke about circumstances and failure will not have the final say, and this week we'll talk about restructuring. So you were able to take that message from last week and actually apply it in your life, and actually believe those scriptures and move according to those scriptures that I shared. So this week I just want to talk about restructuring. So now we have gotten to this point where we have lost everything that was holding us back in terms of failure or looking at circumstances. Now you need to restructure. So now that we have gotten to this point where this is where life got you, it could be a good place where you have moved from point A to B. It could be a place where you're like, I'm from a really bad place and this is where life got me. But irregardless, you need to now restructure in terms of think of how are you going to move from this point to the next point, because I believe that the kind of prayers we pray do affect like who we become. I believe you cannot pray the same prayers that you prayed when you wanted to go from point A to B. If you want to go from point B now to C, you must pray the kind of prayers that speak to. You might have gotten to a point where you were just at a low place in your life, where you were just experiencing failure and thinking about failure in a way. So the kind of prayers you prayed were the prayers of just surviving. Now you have survived, so now you have to move on from that place of just surviving to that place of now building. So you won't pray the kind of prayers that spoke to you surviving, but you will now position your prayers in a way that now I want to build, now I want to reach this stage. So we need to restructure in terms of our prayers, in terms of how we think, in terms of how we're moving. We spoke last week, so now you're not supposed to look at the circumstances, because you are meant to fix those circumstances. You're not meant to actually bow down to them. And also failure is not the end, because at the end things will work together for your good. So here are the steps of restructuring. 1, you need to be honest with yourself in terms of where life has led you or where you are. You need to really be honest with yourself. Secondly, you need to set goals of where you want to go or what you would like to reach. It could be even a goal that you had, or it could be even a dream that you had from a very young age, and maybe you thought it is not achievable anymore because of maybe what happened. So you just need to really be honest in terms of who you want to be or who would you like to see yourself as, and don't look at maybe if it's possible or not. Just dream, just write them down in terms of this is what I want to see in my life, this is who I want to be. And then next, your prayers should speak to who you want to be, not just surviving, not just what you feel like everyone wants to hear. You need to be honest with God in terms of, God, this is what I want for my life, or this is who I want to be now, and pray the kind of prayers that speak to where you want to go next. Proverbs 29 verse 18 says, where there is no vision, people perish, meaning vision keeps you alive. Having something to look forward to, having a goal, setting your goals and having a vision keeps you alive in terms of you are human. It keeps your purpose alive in a way. So if you're gonna live just for the sake of just living and not having goals and not having a vision, then it's gonna be a problem, because now you'll perish in a way. So it's important to really awaken those dreams, because it really speaks to us as like being humans and just walking this life and living this life. Otherwise, what are you living for? It just goes back to that point of what are you living for then, if you don't have vision, if you don't have goals, if you do not want to reach anything. So that's why this verse says, where there is no vision, people perish. So I would really love us to really come to that place where we're now focusing on what we want to do next. Have a dream, have a goal, even if you feel like it's not reachable, even if you feel like it's very hard to actually reach, or like you just don't have hope, but have it anyway. At least that keeps you alive. In a way, it keeps you at a point where you're like, I have a purpose, you know. So yeah, one, let's not worry about our circumstances. Focus on the goal. What do you want to reach? You know, open yourself up to dreaming again. Open yourself up to wanting again. Even if last time you got disappointed, but just have that heart, because it keeps you alive. Because yeah, it does keep you alive in terms of, I know what I'm doing, like, on earth. I know what I'm here for. At least it you know, it creates that thing that wants you to live, because it's not nice actually living life and you feel like you're not living, or you're just not taking part in everything that's happening. Yeah. So secondly, yeah, don't focus on failure. Thirdly, set goals. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll rethink everything that you have put on the side, and maybe you were like, no, I will not follow this anymore, or I'll just give up on it. So just rethink it and actually dare to dream again, dare to want it again, and channel your prayers to what you want to see happen in your life. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll have another one next week. I hope you'll also join and let us allow us to actually grow together. As I'm telling you all these things, they're not only for you, but they're also for myself, in terms of now I've reached this point in my life, so how do I go from this point to the next point? And God was like, you cannot use the same weapons that you used the last time to get to this place, because they could get you this far. You cannot use the kind of prayers you prayed before, because they could only get you this far. So now you gotta pray new prayers that speak to the place where you want to go next. So otherwise, this is me. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. All the best with everything you're trying to achieve, and enjoy your day.